matchup between the visiting St. Thomas Tommies and your Mount Allison Mounties! At this time, I ask that everyone please rise if you're able, remove any headwear, and face our national flag at the end of the gym for the playing of O Canada. Starting with the visiting St. Thomas Tommies. Number 22, Harrison Florian. Number 5, Ethan Tumwine. Number 9, Evan Delaney. Former Mount Allison Mountie and most outstanding player, welcome home, number 11, Noah McCarthy. Number 13, Jeffrey LeBlanc. And number 15, Ted Braden. The head coach for the St. Thomas Tommies is John Hickman. And now presenting the starting lineup for your Mount Allison Mounties. Number 1, Edmond Suru. Number 2, Keith Rowan. Number 6, Jonas Monroe. Number 22, Tim Ellison. And number 25, Gaia Isaiah. The head coach for your Mount Allison Mounties is Steve Chapman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the McCormick Gymnasium on the campus of Mount Allison University for this ACAA regular season matchup between the home Mount Allison Mounties and the visiting number 3 in the country, St. Thomas Tommies. Starters for the Mounties today, number 1, Eddie Sir, number 2, Keith Rowan, number 6, Jonas Monroe, number 22, Tim Ellison, and number 25, Gaio Isaiah. For the Tommies, number 5, Ethan Tumwine, number 9, Ethan Valin, number 11, Noah McCarthy, number 13, Jeffrey Lavoie, and number 15, Ted Braden, as we are ready to get going here in Sackville. Tommies win the tip, as it's Lavoie who controls it for St. Thomas. He backs down on Monroe, spins, uses the left, up and good. A quick 2 for the Tommies there. And Rowan taking it back the other way for Mount A. Looking to get it to Monroe and does. Trying to pin down for Ellison. They go cross court to Isaiah. He drives baseline. Strong take. Reverse layup is good. Isaiah against his former team equalizes for the Mounties. On the drive, stripped was Valin. Possession will stay with the Tommies. I'm Tyler Vincent. Joining me is our technical director, Ian Allen. 16 on the shot clock here for St. Thomas. McCarthy to throw in. Braden. Valin. They go to Lavoie. He's going to work on Monroe in the post. Strong dig from Rowan. The kick out. McCarthy, a corner three. Got it. Noah McCarthy, the former Mountie, burns his team for three there. Here's a 1-on-0 for Sir. Takes it all the way and finishes. Eddie Sir gets himself on the board early on. Lavoie back the other way, working on Monroe. Tough shot. Good for the fifth-year forward from Ottawa. Possession will stay with the Mounties here. It'll be Isaiah to trigger for Mount A. Tommy's currently leading by 3. Number 1 in the conference right now, 10-1 so far this season. And a 5 count and a turnover there for Mount Allison. Good pressure there from St. Thomas, led by head coach John Hickey. And here is McCarthy for the Tommies, guarded by Isaiah. Those two had many battles in the opposite uniforms. They go back to McCarthy. 3-ball on the way. No good. Offensive rebound. And he stepped on the line. Mount Allison ball. Monroe looking to trigger in. Might get another 5 count here, and they do. Back-to-back 5 counts for the Mounties. Strong pressure here, and the length and athleticism of the Tommies really giving the Mounties trouble early on. Here's Braden to Lavoie. He drives left on Monroe. Spins back, fade away from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Sir. Here's Isaiah. Isaiah drives on McCarthy, spins into the lane. Tough shot, no good. Rebounded there by Tumwine, and the Tommies will come back the other way. Open 3 for Lavoie, no good. Rebounded by Braden on the weak side. He kicks it out. McCarthy, 3-ball, got it. That's 2 threes in the first 3 minutes for Noah McCarthy. He's up to 6 for the Tommies. Sir throws it away, turned over. Here is Tumwine on the fast break. And 1. Count the basket and charge the foul to Gaio Isaiah. He picks up his first of the afternoon. And it's going to be a quick timeout here from head coach Steve Chapman of the Mounties. It was Tumline with the 2. He'll go to the line and shoot 1 more after the timeout. In speaking with Coach Chapman earlier on today, he had nothing but great things to say about the Tommies, saying they're a well-coached team that are the best in the conference right now. They're deep, they're talented, they're explosive, and we should be in for a good one here this afternoon. The Tommies exerting their influence early on with an 8-point lead.
Get closer to you. Yeah.
Some names to note for both sides. For the Tommies, returning to Mount Allison for the first time, last year's Mounties basketball MVP, Noah McCarthy. And number 13, Jeffrey Lavoie from Ottawa, 5th-year forward, is the leading scorer for St. Thomas. For Mount Allison, Gaio Isaiah playing his first game against his former squad. And, of course, the ever-dangerous Tim Ellison, the man in the middle for the Mounties. As we get back underway here with Tumwine at the free throw line. 2nd-year forward playing in his hometown of Fredericton for the Tommies. Free throw is up and good to extend the Tommy lead to 9, just 2.5 minutes into this game. Here's Rowan. They go to Sir. Rowan, guarded there by McCarthy. Gives it to Ellison. Monroe off the pin down, drives right, strong take, and finishes. Jonas Monroe gets himself on the board. Quick hit ahead pass here to Lavoie. Here is McCarthy, uses the screen. Good ball movement from the Tommies. The 3 ball is good from Tumwine. And another turnover here by the Mounties. The Tommies have opened up a double-digit lead here with still over 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. They're already at 16. Their offense is flying high right now, as Coach Chapman will go to his bench for the first time this afternoon, bringing Ryan Norris into the game for Gaio Isaiah, and McCarthy to throw in for St. Thomas. On the wing, this is Amos. He gives to Littleton. They go into the post here with Braden. Guarded there by Ellison. Good hands by Monroe. Ball's on the floor. And possession will go to Mount A. Some strong defense there by Jonas Monroe, getting himself into the passing lane and forcing the Tommy turnover. As here is Rowan. They go double away for Sir. He's going to shoot the mid-range and make it. Eddie Sir up to 4 points on the afternoon. Doing a good job using those double away screens. McCarthy on the drive, got bumped, gives it up to Braden. Hook shot is good. The offensive onslaught continues for St. Thomas. Monroe gives it up to Rowan. They go back to Monroe. Thought about the corner 3. Now will drive middle and it is stripped. It's Littleton with the ball now for St. Thomas. Littleton drives on Rowan, gets himself into the paint. A tough floater is up, no good. Batted around and controlled by Rowan. He's going to attack back the other way for the Mounties. Rowan kicks it out. Sir, top of the key 3 ball, no good. Ellison underneath, battled for it, couldn't come up with it as Braden will dribble back the other way. Gives it up to Littleton. Littleton tries a 3. No good. And rebounded by Norris. Eddie Sir back the other way for Mount Allison. Gives to Ellison. Gets it right back. Monroe looking to use the screen and does. A 3 ball on the way. No good. Norris had it for a moment underneath. Littleton came and took it away. Braden back to Littleton on the 2-on-1. One too many passes there for the Tommies maybe, but a strong drive and finish by number 9. That is Evan Valin to extend the Tommy lead to 12. Pressure here from St. Thomas. Rowan's got to get it over and does. Gives it up to Monroe. Thought about the 3. Now goes inside to Ellison and a foul. As Tim Ellison will get himself to the free throw line for the first time this afternoon. Fouls on number 15 of the Tommies. That is Ted Braden.
Yeah, Braden has also just been substituted in for Florian. Harrison Florian, number 22, has come in to take his place on the floor.
Yeah, our first look at the 5th-year center from Fredericton, Harrison Florian. Ellison is good on the first. The 6'10 center from Halifax and Citadel High School. Ellison good on both. Midway through the first quarter here, Tommy's 20, Mounties 10. On the drive, that's Valin, and they're going to get him for the push-off. He extended the arm, and possession will go back to the Mounties. Valin in his 3rd year from Miramichi. Foul count 2 each for the squads here midway through the first quarter. This is Rowan. Monroe. Norris. They go inside to Ellison. Good job breaking the press there. Hook shot from Ellison, no good. Gets his own rebound, back up strong, no good. A 3rd opportunity and a tie-up. Possession will stay with the Mounties. Ellison just can't find the finish underneath. 13 on the shot clock for Mount A. Monroe, 10 on the shot clock now. It's Sir up top, working on McCarthy. Drives middle, comes to a stop, fade away in the lane, short. Rebounded by Florian. He gives it up to Valin. Valin drives, gets his way around Ellison, reverse, no good. Battle for it underneath, and a foul. And that'll be charged to Tim Ellison. He will pick up his first. And Coach Chapman bringing Rayshawn Ferguson to the table here, as he will check in for Keith Rowan. 14 on the shot clock here for St. Thomas, as they go out to Florian. Number 10, this is Amos. They go inside to Lavoie. Hook shot, no good. Rebounded by Monroe. He'll push the other way for Mount A. Looks ahead for Ellison. Pass just a little too far in front for the big man. And another turnover for the Mounties here early on. Possession back to St. Thomas. Here is McCarthy. He's going to be guarded by Sir. McCarthy drive middle. Strong take. Nearly got the and one, but he's going to go to the free throw line for two. A strong take there by the former Mountie. Charge the foul to number 1 of Mount Allison. That's Eddie Sir's first. McCarthy in his 4th year from Grand Falls, New Brunswick. A 3-year member of the Mount Allison Mounties, including a team MVP award last season. Continuing his studies in Fredericton, as he's good on both free throws there. 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Tommies with a 12-point advantage here on the road, as this is Norris on the right side. Tommies come to trap. Norris looking to get out of it. Throws it out, finds Monroe. 10 on the shot clock here. Monroe gives it up to Sir. A 3-ball on the way. Too strong. Battle for it. Controlled by Amos. They push ahead to Littleton. Littleton gets into the paint. He gives it up. Amos thought about it. Now goes to McCarthy. McCarthy drives left. Kicks it. Florian jumper. Too strong. Rebounded by Ellison. And controlled by the Mounties as Monroe will bring it across the timeline. Here's Sir. They go up top to Ellison. Here's Norris. Thought about the 3. Now he's going to put it on the floor. A nice move by Ryan Norris. Attacking with the left hand and getting the 2 for the Mounties. Here's McCarthy back the other way. Tries to spin in the lane. Tried to get Sir up in the air. Couldn't do it. Forced up a bad shot and turns it over to Mount Allison. As we'll see number 8, that's River Lance, checking into the game for the first time. A first-year forward from Rothsay, New Brunswick. And nearly stolen away by McCarthy. Good hustle there. Possession will stay with the Mounties, however. Ferguson to inbound for Mount A. And Sir has it poked away and stolen. Here's Lavoie underneath. He finishes. St. Thomas's pressure causing havoc for the Mounties here. And they keep possession. They've got 4 seconds to get it over. St. Thomas causing a lot of issues for the Mounties here with their pressure early on and converting into easy buckets at the other end. They're already up to 24. And we've still got nearly 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Monroe tries to get it over the timeline. And Ellison just keeps it in. Tries to spin off Florian. They get it out to Monroe for 3. It's good. Jonas Monroe cuts the deficit under double digits. It's now a 9-point St. Thomas advantage. Here's Lavoie on the drive. Kicks it out Littleton. McCarthy, open 3. You bet. Noah McCarthy's hit 3 threes here earlier on. He loves playing in this gym, and he's showing it. Ellison on the drive. Strong reverse take and score. Back and forth affair so far on the drive. They kick out to Florian. A good cut there by Lavoie. Kicks out. 3-ball on the way from Lance. No good. Rebounded underneath by Littleton, but he was out of bounds. And possession will go back to the Mounties. McCarthy already in double figures here for St. Thomas. As we see a 1-2-2 press look from St. Thomas. Monroe trying to beat it with the dribble, nearly lost it. Gets it over the timeline, throws it away, and controlled by St. Thomas. Here's Lance on the drive. Lance finishes with the right hand. River Lance, his first 2 of the game, the first-year forward. Tommy's by 12. Here's Sir. Uses the Ellison screen. Monroe tries a 3. Got it! Probably should have been a 4-point play as the defender got underneath his landing space. But the Mounties will take the 3 and they'll take the steal as well with Monroe. Here's Sir. Ellison. Norris. And a foul underneath. Will be charged to number 15 of the Tommies. That's Ted Braden as we get our first look at number 21 for the Tommies. Norris to throw in on the sideline for Mount A. 16 on the shot clock. 1:09 to play here, first quarter. Tommies 29, Mounties 20 here on ACAA TV. They look for Monroe and get it to him. Puts it on the floor. A tough pull-up from the elbow. Shot is no good, but he is fouled by Lavoie. Lavoie picks up his first foul of the quarter, and it will send Jonas Monroe to the free throw line for 2 here as we get to see Tony Tukilonga for the first time today at the table currently. Monroe good on the first. The third-year forward from nearby Moncton and Harrison Trimble High School. Gabe Powder getting ready to check into the game as well. As Monroe is no good, too strong on the second. Controls possession for the Mounties, throws it off the Tommy defender. And a fresh shot clock for the Mounties. They'll have 21 here in the half court. Ellison and Monroe check out of the game.
Yeah, shot clock was just adjusted back down to 11 seconds because they had possession, so it should have been in the front court, so it should have been 14 rather than 24 for that starting of that one.
So 11 seconds here on the shot clock for the Mounties. Tukilonga to throw in. He gets it to Rowan as we go under the 1 minute to play mark. 8 on the shot clock here for Rowan at the top. He's got to make a move. Rowan sizing up his defender. Takes a 3 from the top. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Lavoie. And should have probably been a double dribble. Tommy's control possession 3-ball from the corner is too strong. Rebounded on the weak side. And a foul underneath. It'll be Tommy possession on the end line. It was Evan Valem with the offensive rebound off the miss from the corner from Tumwine.
Yeah, Lavoie was just substituted off. He's got a fair bit of blood from that contact that happened down here at the end. And so just wondering maybe that should have been a defensive foul rather than no call. It sort of would have created a double dribble, but contact was there first, but it wasn't called.
Letting him play this afternoon, and I can see Lavoie down on the St. Thomas bench. That is quite the cut.
It is a scalp cut. It's a scalp cut. It's going to bleed more than it looks worse than it is, but it's still something that the officials are going to have to be aware of. That historically, these two teams have played extremely aggressively against each other. Doesn't matter whether the score, whether it's a 2-point game or a 30-point game, they're going hard at each other, both here and whether they're playing here or up in Fredericton.
Definitely a great rivalry between the Tommies and the Mounties. One of the things that Coach Chapman said to me as well, these teams know each other very well. It's their third meeting so far, second of the regular season. They also played in the preseason. Both previous games were at St. Thomas. Screen the screener action and a turnover there, taken away by Ferguson. Mounties going to hold for one here with Rowan. It's Ferguson up top. He's going to drive right. Strong take and one. Rayshon Ferguson, count the basket. Charge the foul to number 9 of the Tommies, Evan Valin. He picks up his second of the quarter. Ferguson at the line, hoping to make it a 5-point game. Shot is no good. Mounties trail by 6 as Valin crosses the timeline, gives it up on the drive, stripped and stolen. Coach Chapman wants his team to slow down for the last shot here. 5 seconds and counting. Rowan sizing up his defender, drives, kicks it out. Tukilonga for 3. Shot is no good. And we have reached the end of the first quarter here in Sackville. The home Mounties hanging tough here despite giving up 29. They have answered with 23 of their own and are in a 6-point ball game here with the number 3 team in the country. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter. Welcome back to the McCormick Gymnasium here on the campus of Mount Allison University. It's the number 3 team in the country currently, the St. Thomas Tommies at 10-1 in the ACAA, winners of 8 straight who are visiting this afternoon. The Mounties on their own win streak of their own. They've won the last 2, beating UKC at home and UNBSJ on the road. And here is the former Mountie, Noah McCarthy, uses the horn set. They kick it out. It's Amos. A pull-up on the way. Too strong. Batted around. Controlled by Ryan Norris. It'll be Rowan back the other way. Gives to Norris. Tukilonga. Sizing up his defender. Uses the Ferguson screen. Gets downhill. Tukilonga. Strong take and finish. Tony Tukilonga cutting the deficit to 4. And the Mounties, despite struggles early against the pressure, have really ramped up their offensive output here. On the drive, strong take, shot is no good from Valin. And Rowan will slow it down here for the Mounties. Got to get across the timeline and does. Back cut there by Powder. He kicks it out. Norris, a corner 3, missed everything. And back the other way comes St. Thomas. They kick it out to Amos. Cross-court pass to McCarthy. He drives on Norris, gets himself in the lane. Crafty move. No finish, however. And Powder will come back the other way for Mount A. Powder all the way to the rim. strong take, but off the backboard and controlled by St. Thomas. This is Florian. McCarthy back cuts, a 3-ball on the way, too strong. Rebound there by Tukilonga and a foul. Charge that foul to number 22, Harrison Florian of the Tommies. As we'll see Gaio Isaiah check back into the game for the Mounties. And Jonas Monroe checking back into the game for the Mounties as well. As we see the press look once again from St. Thomas. And they'll back off here and let Monroe cross the timeline. They try to go pistol action here. It is Tukilonga up top. Trying to work on Amos. He's stripped. Ball's loose. They get it ahead to Amos. And missed the layup. Great job by Keith Rowan getting back on defense. Monroe spins in the lane. Shot no good. Controlled by McCarthy. Here is McCarthy back the other way. He's going to work on Rowan. Past and present. And the shot from Amos is no good. Rebounded underneath and put back home by Vincent Littleton. The third-year guard from Markham, Ontario. As Monroe gets it ahead to Rowan. Decides to drive on Florian and throws it away. Ellison will check back into the game. The foul given there on Lavoie, as he's got a bandage over that cut over the left eye. Ferguson picked up the foul there, his first of the afternoon. He'll check out and make way for Tim Ellison, as McCarthy will work on Rowan once again. They go to Florian. McCarthy up top. Drives, dishes off to Florian. Nice pass. Finish was not there, however, as Tukilonga comes back the other way for the Mounties. Here's Monroe. Gives to Isaiah. Isaiah to Monroe. They go inside to Ellison. He's going to work one-on-one here with Florian. Ellison, fade away short. Batted around and controlled by the Tommies with Lavoie. He looks ahead and finds Amos. This time, he will not miss the open layup and will extend the Tommy lead to 8. Here's Isaiah. He's got Amos on him. Gives to Monroe. A 3-ball. Too strong. And rebounded by Amos. Here is Littleton on the drive. Littleton fouled by Rowan. And Vincent Littleton will head to the free throw line for the Tommies for the first time this afternoon. Eddie Surr getting ready to check back into the game, replacing Keith Rowan.
Yeah, just in other action, the Crandall Chargers at Mount St. Vincent Mystics. That game is finished up. Mount had had a good lead at halftime. Final score was 97-76 in favor of Crandall, though.
Wow, a big win on the road for the Chargers. The Mount St. Vincent Mystics are reeling right now. They were number 1 in the country at Christmas time, and a big 20-point loss at home. They're certainly missing their star player, Chase Tynes. And here in Sackville, we've got a 9-point lead for St. Thomas. It's 34-25, 6.5 to play, and it's Tukilonga up top, who goes to Surr, rejects the screen, attacks baseline, tries to get out of it, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession will stay with the Mounties. They've got 1 second on the shot clock. Got to get something off quick here. Potentially look for Ellison at the rim, and they get it to Monroe. Shot is long. Littleton back the other way with pace. Littleton drives, kicks it. Pass was tipped by Tukilonga and will stay with the Tommies. And Rayshawn Ferguson will check back into the game for Mount Allison replacing Tony Tukilonga. Good minutes there from Tukilonga, the third-year forward from Toronto. Haven't seen him in action in a bit here for the Mounties, and when his number was called, he was ready. It's Littleton up top. Goes to Braden. The back cut there, gives it up. McCarthy up top, uses the Lavoie screen. Braden thought about it, now puts it on the floor, kicks it out. McCarthy, 3-ball. He's got another. Noah McCarthy is hooping right now. I believe he's up to 15 points on the day. And the Tommies extend their lead to 12. Ellison underneath. A lot of contact, no call. Batted around and controlled by St. Thomas. And pass nearly picked off. McCarthy spins out of it. Littleton thought about the 3. McCarthy kicks it. 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. Rebounded by Lavoie. Sir does a good job drawing the tie up. Good hustle there from Sir. Possession will stay with the Tommies, however. 11 seconds on the shot clock for St. Thomas. Littleton to throw in. They go back outside to Braden. Here's McCarthy. Lavoie posting up, gets middle, kicks it out. Thought about the 3, now puts it on the floor. Braden, an awkward-looking jumper there from Ted Braden was too long. And 3 seconds on the shot clock, possession staying with the Tommies. They go outside to McCarthy. He's got to put something up. 1 on the shot clock, throws it up and in. Noah McCarthy at the end of the shot clock, a broken play. When you're hot, you're hot. And Noah McCarthy is certainly hot right now for the Tommies. Here's Isaiah to Monroe. And another turnover for Mount Allison. Braden back the other way. Braden gives it up. Lavoie thought about the 3, puts it on the floor, stripped by Monroe. And possession will stay with the Tommies. 17 on the shot clock for St. Thomas. McCarthy making his old team pay here this afternoon. They go inside to Braden. Here's McCarthy. Lavoie posting up on Ferguson. Spins off, shots too strong. Rebounded by Ellison. Mounties have numbers here. It's Isaiah on the drive. Kicks out and turns it over again. Back-to-back turnovers for the Mounties. And what was a 6-point game at the end of the first quarter has extended to a 15-point lead in favor of St. Thomas. Still lots of basketball to be played, however. 4:23 left here in the second quarter. Here's McCarthy up top. 10 on the shot clock. They go to Valin. He drives left. He's cut off there by Ferguson. Kicks it out. Braden on the drive. Jumper too strong. Rebounded by Isaiah. And he will bring it back up the floor for the Mounties. Here's Sir. Sir uses the Ellison screen. Gets himself into the paint. A floater in the lane. No good. Rebounded by Braden. He'll push back the other way. Braden going one-on-one with Ellison. Spins. Kicks it out. Littleton 3. No good. Tipped by Ferguson. Possession will stay with the Tommies. It'll be 13 on the shot clock for St. Thomas, as Ethan Tumwine will check back in for STU. Ryan Norris getting ready to check back into the game for the Mounties. He's going to replace Jonas Monroe.
Yeah, they just made an adjustment of the shot clock back to 14 because St. Thomas had not gotten a piece of that ball coming off the rim at all.
Correct. Last touch by Ferguson. Here's McCarthy on the drive. He's cut off by Sir. Kicks it out weak side. Littleton. Here's Valin. He drives left. A pull-up from the free throw line. No good. And controlled by Tim Ellison. Here is Sir. Isaiah. Isaiah on the drive. Kicks out. Sir. 3 in front of the Mountie bench is no good. Tip batted around. Possession St. Thomas. Gabe Powder checking into the game, replacing Rayshon Ferguson here. And it's McCarthy back the other way for St. Thomas. McCarthy working on Sir, kicks out. Here is Valan on the drive. He drives right, cut off, and a good cut there from McCarthy. He's going to the free throw line once more. Great body control in the air there from Noah McCarthy. Hung in the air, couldn't make the shot, but did draw the foul, and will shoot two. Tim Ellison picks up his second for the Mounties. And with 3 minutes to play in the first half, you think that's probably the last action we'll see of him try to protect the big fella, make sure he doesn't pick up his third foul of the half. McCarthy no good on the first free throw. Second is on the way and is good. Tommy lead extended to 16. Sir, ball's tipped, controlled by Caden Augustin. Here is Sir up top. Going to use the Ferguson screen. Drives, cut off, kicks out to Ferguson on the drive. Tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Braden. He hits ahead to Littleton. Littleton on the drive, Euro step, tough take and finish. Vincent Littleton with a tough take and the Euro step finish, extending the Tommy lead to 18. Here's Augustin, and it's off, I believe, McCarthy's leg. Possession will stay with Mount Allison on the baseline. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Sir will be the inbound man for Mount A. Here's Powder up top. They get it back to Sir. He's going to try to post up. Now faces up on McCarthy. Looking. Finds Augustin. Augustin on the drive. 6 on the shot clock. A pull-up from the corner. No good. Rebounded on the weak side by Valin. And he pushes it ahead to Amos. Amos drives. Strong take. Shot was too strong. And another tie-up with possession favoring the Mounties. Here is Ryan Norris on the far side. Sir. Looking to use the Ferguson screen and does. And an offensive foul, a moving screen there on Rayshon Ferguson. He picks up his second foul of the quarter. So now it's decision time for Coach Chapman as both of his big men in foul trouble. He's going to go to Jonas Monroe. Play a little small ball here. And McCarthy on the drive. He's going to go back to the free throw line for the third time this afternoon. Gee, I don't think the smile has left Noah McCarthy's face this afternoon, Ian.
He just seems to be happy to be back in his gym. He's shown it with his decisions. It's just making some great shots. The last 3 that he made, he had defender right, or clock dying down and defender right in his face.
Definitely playing a confident game so far. And he hits the first. So as I said, a small ball lineup here for the Mounties, both their big men, or traditional big men, I should say, in foul trouble, Ellison and Ferguson. So it will be Monroe and Powder guarding the bigs on St. Thomas. Here's Sir across the timeline for Mount A. 20-point lead here for the Tommies here. Minute and a half to go. Norris on the far side, gives to Sir. 10 on the shot clock now. Sir guarded by Lavoie. Sir takes a tough 2 and hits it. Eddie Sir. Here's McCarthy back the other way. Augustin will send McCarthy back to the free throw line. He was hounding him, but when he dove on the floor, he took out McCarthy's legs. Thankfully, no injuries on the play. And McCarthy will head back to the free throw line as the pace of this game has slowed down considerably here in the second quarter. For context, the score at the end of the first was 29-23. The Mounties have been held to 4 points here in the second quarter. Still a minute 19 to play. The Mounties in desperate need of some buckets here to keep themselves alive in this one. The Tommies controlling just about everything here as they lead by 19. Here is Sir, gives to Rowan. Uses the powder screen. Rowan working on McCarthy. He drives, kicks to Norris. A 3-ball on the way is no good. Batted around, controlled by Rowan. Shot clock resets to 14. Monroe hits the 3 in front of the Mountie bench. Just what the doctor ordered. And the Mounties cut the deficit to 16. Here is Tumwine in the corner. Gives to Lavoie. He's guarded by Monroe. Lavoie spins off and finishes. Good finish there by Jeffrey Lavoie, working on the undersized Monroe in the post. Chance to go 2 for 1. The Mounties didn't take it. Norris on the drive. He's fouled by, I believe, Ethan Tumwine. It is Tumwine that's charged with the foul, his first of the afternoon. Just the second foul of the quarter for the Tommies. And we'll call it the good announcer jinx. As I mentioned, the Mounties had only 4 points at the minute 19 mark, and they have doubled that total. They're now up to 9 in the quarter. And keeping the game within striking reach, it's a 16-point deficit. Shot clock is turned off. McCarthy will hold for the last shot here for St. Thomas. He's been fantastic. You got to think he'll be taking the last shot. He's working on Monroe. Gives it up. Lavoie, Amos, Tumwine, corner 3. Got it. A dagger 3 there from Ethan Tumwine as we have reached the end of the first half here in Sackville. The number 3 team in the country, the St. Thomas Tommies, leading the Mount Allison Mounties here by a score of 51-32. Ian, your thoughts on the first half?
A very aggressive game, but I was expecting that coming. Just historically between these two teams, they're always going to leave everything out on the court against each other. From that, there was a lot of I think a lot of contact in that second quarter that maybe could have or maybe should have been called, just to try and keep things under control, because it looked like there were a couple of points where things were going to explode a little bit. And once that happens, the officials have got no control over the game whatsoever. And I hate to say it, having refereed for 18 years, as an official, I don't want to take control of a game. Never have, never did. These guys don't want to either, but if the players aren't going to settle back and play basketball, they're going to play full-on hard contact. The adjustments are going to have to be made, and they're going to have to call it just to keep somebody from getting hurt seriously.
Definitely a hotly contested matchup between two very competitive teams. The Tommies looking to return here in March, potentially for the CCAA National Championship. We will be back for the start of the second half. Thank you for watching ACAA TV. We're ready to get back underway here at the McCormick Gymnasium here at Mount Allison University. The home Mounties currently trailing by 19 to the road Tommies.
Yeah, and speaking on the road, we just have an update from the other game that's still being played at the moment with UMBSJ at Holland College in Charlottetown. Holland is up 55-41 with 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Holland up double digits on the home Seawolves. We will see the Holland Hurricanes here at McCormick Gymnasium tomorrow afternoon. Tip-off set for 4. Jonas Monroe, while we were getting that score update, gets himself to the free throw line. Good start here for the Mounties. Noah McCarthy currently leading all scorers for St. Thomas with 21. Monroe good on the first. Sir, Rowan, Monroe, Ellison, Isaiah, the 5 on the floor for the home side. Monroe good on the second. And here is Noah McCarthy. Gives it up to Lavoie. They push ahead. And a miscommunication there, and an open 3 for Tumwine. Knocks it down, and the lead is back up to 20. Here is Rowan. Isaiah. Monroe puts it on the deck. Drives left, kicks out. Rowan thought about the 3. Dishes to Sir. Monroe, cross-court pass. Shot is no good. Ball will roll out of bounds. Possession will go to the Tommies. Just not a lot of flow to the Mountie offense right now. A team that averages just under 69 points a game. For comparison, St. Thomas averaging 89 a game. And McCarthy uses the screen, gets himself in the lane. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Ellison. And he gives to Rowan. Rowan hands off to Sir. Isaiah. Thought about the 3. Gives it up. Monroe. No good. Rebounded by Valin. Gives it up. Kick out. McCarthy. 3 ball. No good. Rebounded by Sir. Tipped and taken away by the Tommies. Here is Valin. Good hands there from Rowan to knock it out of bounds, but possession will stay with St. Thomas. Valin to throw in. McCarthy. This is Braden. Gives to Lavoie on the drive. The floater is no good. Rebounded by Sir. Here is Isaiah. Gives to Ellison. Working on Braden. Shot's good. Tim Ellison for 2. And it's Valin back the other way. He drives middle. Cut off. Kicks out to McCarthy. Strong take, no good. Braden on the offensive rebound, no good. Batted around, controlled by Isaiah. And a jump ball. McCarthy wants a flop call. He thinks Isaiah went down easy. Possession will go to the Mounties. They had the arrow there. Here is Rowan, guarded by Lavoie. They get the switch. Tumwine steals it. It's tipped up in the air. Controlled by the Tommies with McCarthy. A nice pass. Layup was no good from Lavoie, but the follow was good from Evan Valin. Here's Ellison. Gets into the paint. Kicks out. Isaiah, 3 ball. Just short. And controlled by the Tommies with Valin. They go inside to Braden. Kicks out. Valin. Back inside. And the finish from Ted Braden. Largest lead of the game for the Tommies. They are ahead by 22. Here's Sir. Puts it up. In and out. Rebounded by McCarthy. He pushes in transition. Trying to get Rowan off him. He's going to post him up. McCarthy spinning. Gets him up in the air and gets the foul call. That is a veteran move against a first-year player, Ian. That will send Noah McCarthy to the free throw line as Keith Rowan picks up his second foul of the afternoon. And we have a timeout on the floor as Coach Chapman wants to talk it over with his group. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back. Noah McCarthy heading to the free throw line for the Tommies. He will shoot 2 after getting the first-year point guard Rowan up in the air. He's good on the first. McCarthy and the Tommies have really taken the energy out of the gym. No good on the second, rebounded by Isaiah. Pitches it ahead to Sir. They go inside to Ellison. He's going to work one-on-one, kicks it out. Here's Rowan on the drive, cut off by Valin. Sir. Rowan. Looking for Ellison, stolen away by Florian. Here's Valin tipped, and possession will stay with St. Thomas. Sideline out of bounds in front of the Mountie bench. Valin to throw in, guarded by Ryan Norris. They go inside to Florian. He'll work one-on-one on Ellison. Florian kicks out, tipped by Sir. Possession staying with St. Thomas. 6.5 to play. Tommy's leading by 23. McCarthy gets it in to Littleton. Littleton up top. Uses the Florian screen. Tries to get it to him. They find Amos instead. 3 on the shot clock. Littleton puts it up. Banks it in. It is just one of those afternoons for the Tommies. In the first half, we had an end of shot clock heap from McCarthy. Now we've got a bank 3 at the end of the shot clock from Littleton. When you're the number 3 team in the country, shots will fall as Valin back the other way, drops to Amos, gives it up to Florian. The floater rolls around and out, controlled by Ellison. Here's Sir. Sir poked from behind, stolen, and taken back by Isaiah, and he's fouled. So the game getting a little sloppy here as the Tommies have extended their lead to 26. The pace has definitely slowed down from what we saw in the first quarter. In case you've only joined us for the men's game, the Mountie women with an important win over St. Thomas prior to the start of this matchup. Gaio Isaiah at the line. He's got one more for Monet. Missed on the first. And too strong on the second. Controlled by the Tommies. Ball's on the floor. Possession staying with St. Thomas. Here is Littleton to throw in, finds Valin. Littleton using the Amos screen. He ghosts it. He's going to shoot the three. It's short. Rebounded by Florian underneath. He goes up, and we've got a foul on the ground first. That's going to be charged to Tukilonga, I believe, which would be his first of the afternoon. And ball on the end line for the Tommies. Shot clock resets to 14. Here's McCarthy. Valin drives baseline on Norris. Tries to kick it. And it's off Valin and out of bounds with possession going back to the Mounties. Messiah, the St. Thomas transfer. His old team letting him have it this afternoon. Here is Sir. Uses the Ellison screen, gets himself into the paint. A nice take. Shot is no good. Numbers here for the Tommies. It's Valin. Goes up top to Florian. Comes down with it. Kicks it out. Amos, wide open three. Missed everything. Rebounded by Ellison. Here is Norris. Tried to thread the needle and it's stolen. Here's Littleton. Valin underneath. Fouled and one. Count the basket for Ethan Valin. Outside of the Mountie coaching staff, you can hear a pin drop in this place. The energy has been completely sucked out of the gym by this performance by St. Thomasian.
Yeah, definitely. The home crowd has been taken out of this game. Tommies have been doing it both ends of the court, getting the job done, and since showing why they've got that number 3 ranking within the country.
Valin at the line shooting one. Off the front rim, off the back rim, and through. 29-point advantage here for the Tommies. 4:35 to play, third quarter. It's Sir using the Ellison screen. Gets himself into the paint. He is fouled. Count the basket for Eddie Sir. He's going to the line for one more. Charge the foul to number 10, Owen Amos of the Tommies. Eddie Sir heading to the line for one more. He's been an impact guy for the Mounties this year in his first season wearing the garnet and gold, a transfer from Algoma University of the OUA. A big win for the Thunderbirds yesterday. A shocking one as they knocked off the number 9 team in the country, the TMU Bulls. And Littleton tried to throw it off Norris, and the ball stayed in play, but another deflection took the ball out of bounds and gave possession back to St. Thomas. And stolen away by Norris. He gives up to Sir. He's got the easy two, lays it home. And a timeout from head coach John Hickey of the St. Thomas Tommies. A quick 5-0 run for the Mounties has cut the deficit to 24. We will be back in 60 seconds.
And just one other little quick follow-up. In Charlottetown, Holland Hurricanes are up on UNBSJ Seawolves 69-56 with a 13-point lead at the end of 3 quarters.
And forgive me, I believe I said earlier on that that game was being played in St. John. That game being played in Charlottetown. And it's the home Hurricanes who currently lead by double digits. As mentioned previously, we will see the Hurricanes here at the McCormick Gymnasium tomorrow afternoon at 4. 2 and 4 for the women and the men. Those two teams met not long ago, Friday, January 12th in Charlottetown. It was a win for the Mountie women and a loss for the Mountie men. Mounties do have a 2-game win streak. They'll be hard-pressed to continue that, but plenty of basketball left to be played, still over 14 minutes. Tommy's currently leading by 24. 5 on the floor for the Mounties. It is Sir, Ellison, Norris, Tukilonga, and Isaiah. For the Tommies, it is Lavoie to throw in. He will bring the ball across the timeline, guarded by Sir. Lavoie gets all the way to the cup and finishes. Jeffrey Lavoie using the size advantage he's got over Sir there to take it all the way to the basket. Sir. Norris, 3 ball on the way. Got it. Ryan Norris for 3. He's got himself on the board. 3.5 to play here in the third quarter. Lavoie gets himself into the paint. And a blocking foul on Sir. He can't believe it. He thought he was set. He thought it was a charge. He's not going to get it. And Jeffrey Lavoie will head to the free throw line for the Tommies. The leading scorer for St. Thomas, Jeffrey Lavoie, averaging better than 16 a night for the Fredericton School. Lavoie in his 5th and final year from our nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario. A lot of Ottawa talent to mention in this game. 2 players on the Tommies from Ottawa, Lavoie and Ted Braden. The Mounties with 3 Ottawa natives on their roster. Keith Rowan, Caden Augustin, and Ryan Norris. And here is Sir. Uses the Ellison screen. Here's Norris. Does he have back-to-back? He does. Ryan Norris, back-to-back threes for the Mounties. Providing a spark off the bench for the home side. Here is Tumwine in the corner, guarded by Norris. Back out to Valin. Valin on the drive. Takes it all the way to the rim and scores. Evan Valin with the 2-pointer there. Here's Isaiah on the far side. They try to go inside to Ellison, but he's being held underneath by Evan Valin. He picks up his 3rd foul. As Ferguson will check into the game, replacing Tony Tukilonga. It'll be Mountie ball on the baseline, 14 on the shot clock. Isaiah checking out, being replaced by Monroe. Sir looking to get it in. They go up top to Ellison. Here's Sir on the far side. Norris up top, drives left, cut off. Behind the back to his right hand, and he's going to the free throw line. Ryan Norris having what could potentially be a breakout game for him here. He's hit 2 threes. He's had a couple of strong takes. He's played some pretty good defense on the other end. Norris definitely has been an impact so far for the Mounties this afternoon. He's good on the first from the free throw line. As recently mentioned, an Ottawa, Ontario native. 6'6" forward in his first year. Product of the Brockville Blazers program and head coach Scott Meeson. Shout out to the Thousand Islands. Nearly a travel there. Tommy's get it over with Braden. And out of bounds. Possession goes back to the Tommies. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Braden. McCarthy. It's Littleton up top. 8 on the shot clock. Working on Norris. McCarthy drives on Sir. A pull-up. Fading away. Tough shot. And it goes. It's like he's playing pickup out there. He's got 23. And the Tommies lead by 24. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Sir. drives, cut off, tries to go to Ellison. He turns it over again. Braden back the other way. They pitch ahead to McCarthy. McCarthy gets it back from Tumwine. Cross-court pass is out of bounds. And we'll go back to the Mounties. Here is Sir. Tumwine guarding him. Finds Norris. Monroe in the high post. Hits the jumper. A little miscommunication there from the Tommy defense. And Monroe gets the easy 2 with the jumper from the free throw line. On the drive, this is Lance. Kicks it out. Tumwine. He's going to drive. Kick out. A lot of drive, kick, drive here from the Tommies, and a turnover as Sir steals it for Mount A. And we have a technical foul on head coach of the Mounties, Steve Chapman. Not exactly sure what was said to the referee, but whatever was said, he did not appreciate.
I'm fairly certain that Coach Chapman was voicing his displeasure at not having a foul called on that contact on Sewer when he's coming up the court with the ball.
Coach Chapman trying to protect his guys. And the Mountie women letting Noah McCarthy hear it after the missed free throw there. A little lighthearted fun. I believe Noah turned to them and said, "Look up." Here is Sir. Stripped by McCarthy. He goes back the other way. He's got Monroe to finish past. A hard foul there by Monroe as he picks up his former teammate. And McCarthy will go back to the line for 2 more. Keith Rowan checking back into the game for the Mounties, replacing Eddie Sir. And Gabe Powder checking in, replacing Tim Ellison. McCarthy knocks that free throw down. And he's 2 for 2. Vincent Littleton checking back into the game for the Tommies, replacing McCarthy. Here is Norris on the far side, being guarded by Lamb. Norris nearly stripped, ball's on the floor, and it's taken away by the Tommies. It's a 3-on-1. Littleton dishes, Braden finishes. And the pressure from the Tommies does not stop as the Mounties get it over the timeline with Norris, and he dribbles it off his, they're going to say it's off the foot of Lance, and we'll stay with the Mounties with 14 on the shot clock. As Caden Augustin getting ready to check back into the game. Here's Rowan. Uses the powder screen. Cross-court pass to Monroe. Got to get it up. 1 on the shot clock. In and out. Batted around. Controlled by Ferguson. He goes up strong and finishes. Great job, Ferguson, with another 2 there off the offensive board. And stripped by Rowan. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Rowan missed the layup. Rowan misses the layup at the buzzer. And we have come to the end of the third quarter here at the McCormick Gymnasium. The Tommies 77, the Mounties 53. We will be back for the beginning of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to the McCormick Gymnasium here in Sackville. It's the number 3 team in the nation, the St. Thomas Tommies, currently leading big, 77-53, as we approach the start of the fourth quarter. Turnovers, the story of the afternoon for the Mounties. They're currently worst in the conference at turnovers per game. That number will likely go up thanks to the pressure put on them by the Tommies. Here's Tumwine with a 3. He got it. Here's Rowan. Looking to use the Ferguson screen and does. Rowan pulls behind the screen. Missed everything. And possession will go back to St. Thomas. If you're Coach Chapman, not the way you want to start the fourth quarter there. You give up an open 3 and then you airball an open 3. Tommies lead by 27. Just a handful of regular season games left for both of these squads as Monroe hits the deck. And dished off to Braden, and he finishes. Here is Rowan. Monroe. Rowan. Rowan on the drive, stripped and stolen. Here is Littleton, tries to get it ahead. Augustin does the Superman dive across the floor, knocks it out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Tommies. As I was about to mention, only a handful of regular season games left for both squads. The ACAA Championship, the weekend of March 1st to 3rd, being hosted in Charlottetown by Holland College. As here is Lavoie, and stolen away by Rowan. Way to get into the passing lane there, and Rowan nearly had it stolen. Here's Powder, gets it ahead to Augustin. A 3-ball from the corner is good. Caden Augustin back in the lineup. He's been dealing with some injury issues as he lets Littleton drive right by. Shot is no good, however. And Monroe back the other way. He's got a lot of hands reaching for it. A lot of contact, no call. Referee's letting him play. Here's Lavoie in the lane. Floater is no good. Lavoie gets his own rebound. Kicks out to Littleton. Littleton pulls and hits it right in front of the Mountie bench. And a foul there from Lavoie on Rowan. And I think there's a lot of frustration that is growing within the Mountie camp with this one. 8 minutes to play. Currently a 29-point game. I have to say, from what I've seen from the Tommies today, I would not be surprised if we see them back in this gym in the third week of March, Ian.
Yeah, there is a strong chance, and I guarantee you that was John Hickey's goal in the start of the season too.
Absolutely, loading up on talent for a national championship being hosted in the same conference. Here is Powder, a nice move to get by Valin and finish with the right hand. Here's Littleton. Littleton sizes up Monroe, shoots it, no good. Rebounded by Ellison. Rowan back the other way. Stripped by Cumwine. Possession will stay with St. Thomas. Owen Amos checking in for and number 21, Ben Duell, checking into the game, the Moncton native for St. Thomas as well. He's guarding Rowan right now. Rowan gets by him. A tough shot, no good. Duell pitches it ahead to Braden. Kick out, 3-ball, got it. Vincent Littleton from the corner for 3, and it's the biggest lead of the afternoon for the Tommies. They have extended it to 30, and a foul there on Duell, as Augustin will head to the free throw line for Mount A.
Yeah, Tommy's been surgical from that three-point line today. Numerous players just draining the ball on a regular basis. Tumwine and McCarthy leading the run, but there's been 2 or 3 other players pushing up towards them as well.
Tommy's middle of the pack actually in three-point percentage coming into this game, at a hair under 30%. However, they do take the most attempts from beyond the mark beyond the arc, in the conference. Better than 31 a game. As Augustin hits the second free throw, one of the 3 Ottawa natives for the Mounties from Lennoxville Prep in Quebec. And here is Valin. This is Duell. Duell gives it up. It's Littleton on the drive. Kicks out. Valin for 3. No good. Ellison with the rebound, being harassed by Florian. He gives it up to Rowan. Kick out to Augustin. 3-ball from the corner is good. Boy, Caden Augustin and Ryan Norris have really had good afternoon for the Mounties. I'm sure Coach Chapman will say there's not many bright spots from this one, but those two, the play of those two is certainly one of them. As Powder with the block, and the Mounties take over with Monroe pushing. Monroe gets himself into the paint, shot no good. Ellison, and a foul on the ground.
Yeah, Duell sort of pushed Ellison when he pushed him away from the basket as he was up getting that rebound.
Duell with the push in the back. He picks up his first foul. And Rowan will check out of the game to be replaced by Eddie Sir. And he will be the inbound man for the Mounties with 16 on the shot clock. Here's Ellison up top. Got Florian on him. Jabs, attacks, middle. Floater is good. Nice little push shot there from Ellison. And the lead is down to 23 as the shot is no good from Littleton, controlled by Ellison. And here's Sir. It's Powder on the drive, blocked. Monroe gets the offensive rebound. Augustin tries a 3 off the front rim and controlled by Evan Valin. Florian lost the ball. Here's Augustin back the other way, goes into the contact, no good. Monroe's there to follow, and it's a timeout for John Hickey, the head coach of the St. Thomas Tommies. It's a 9-0 run by the Mounties. They've cut the deficit to 21. We'll see if they can continue their strong play after this timeout. And we're back after the timeout. And I get a thumbs up from Ian as I finally remember to pull the mic closer so that you can all hear me better. Here is Valan in front of the Mountie bench. Gives to Duel. Duel on the drive. No good. Sir pushing the pace here for the Mounties. Here's Tupilonga as McCarthy comes to the table. It's Powder on the drive. Shots up. Shots no good. Too strong. Controlled by St. Thomas. Here is Valin in transition. This is Amos. Florian. Gives to Littleton. Valin in front of the Mountie bench. Uses the Florian screen. Good hands there from Ellison. Ball's on the floor. 4 on the shot clock. They got to put something up. Florian, no good. Ball's tipped and a 2-on-1 here. They pitch ahead to Augustin. Blocked. Valin pinned it off the glass. And the Tommies come back the other way with Duel. Florian. Amos. Inside to Florian. Goes up strong. No good. Rebounded by Powder. And Sir pitches it ahead to Ellison. And a foul. A push in the back on Florian. It's the third team foul of the quarter for the Tommies with 4:14 to play. And the Mounties, the fourth team foul on the Tommies. And the Mounties will have it under their own basket with 18 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Powder. Ellison. Ellison drives. He's cut off. McCarthy reaching for it. Kicks out. Augustin a 3. No good. Rebounded by River Lance. Lance gives to McCarthy. McCarthy using the rescreen. No good. Offensive foul. Charge it to Noah McCarthy. He picks up his second foul, of the afternoon. As Ellison will come off the floor. Here is Sir. Under 4 to play here. Sir gets the switch with Florian. Powder drives, dishes to Ferguson. Ferguson underneath. Strong finish. Well, don't look now, but it's an 11-0 run from the Mounties. They're running out of time, but they're playing much better basketball here in the fourth quarter. Here's McCarthy. McCarthy, open look. Drains it. Noah McCarthy. 4-3. He's got to be up around 30 points, you would think. He's had a great afternoon in his return to Sackville. Here is Sir. Gives it up. Augustin, 3-ball on the way. Long. Rebounded by Powder underneath. He's got to put it up. 1 on the shot clock. Rolls around. No good. Rebounded by the Tommies. And it is Tumwine who gives it to Florian. Lance. Lance, a 3-ball. Got it. And the run from the Mounties quelled by 2 big shots by the Tommies to push the lead back up to 25. Here is Powder up top. Powder drives, strong take, no good. Rebounded by McCarthy. As we approach the 2-minute mark, here's Tumwine. Lance tries another 3. It's good, and the foul. River Lance hits the 3 from the corner, gets the harm, and will shoot 1 more at the free throw line. As both teams emptying their bench, it's the first we're seeing of number 12, Caden Lavallee of the Tommies, and also number 12, Momar Niang of the Mounties. And Braden underneath finishes. Tommy's looking to break the century mark with their next basket. as we've reached the 2-minute to play mark here at the McCormick Gymnasium. Tommies lead by 30. Tuki with it on the far side. 10 on the shot clock, gotta go. Here's Ferguson with it in the paint. Stripped and stolen away. Here's Duel. Duel attacking hard against Niang. Kicks out. Lavallee. This is Lance. Does he have 3 in a row? No, he does not. Ball is saved, and Niang will pitch it ahead to Sir. Brody Richardson getting ready to check into the game for the Mounties as well. Sir. Ferguson, long 2, rattles home. And the subs will check in. Tuki Longa will check out. Brody Richardson, the St. Stephen, New Brunswick native. We'll see action here in the final 81 seconds of this one. And here is Lavallee. Duel. Duel on the drive, and he's fouled by Niang. Niang picks up his first. Lavallee to throw in for St. Thomas. 99-71 our score, 1:09 to play. Here's Duel. Looking, drives on Niang. Cut off. Tough shot from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by Ferguson. And here's Sir as we come under the 1 minute to play mark. Niang on the drive. Floater is blocked by Braden. And back the other way comes Tumwine. Working on Sir. Here's Duel. Gives to Lavallee. Lavallee drives and finishes with the right hand. Much to the enjoyment of the Tommy bench. And the Tommies break the century mark. 101-71 our score here. Sir. Powder. Ferguson. Sir. Pass fakes. Uses the Ferguson screen. Brilliant defense there by the Tommies and stolen away. Here's Duel. Tommies should probably hold it, and they will. And so the St. Thomas Tommies extend their winning streak to 9. They were number 3 in the country coming into this game. My guess is they'll be that or better when the CCAA rankings come out on Tuesday afternoon. They defeat the Mount Allison Mounties today by a score of 101-71 and improve their record to 11-1 on the season, 6-1 away from home. The Mounties fall to 4-8 on the year, 2-4 at home. Their 2-game win streak is over. They host the Holland Hurricanes here at the McCormick Gymnasium tomorrow afternoon.
And Holland has just come off a 99-88 win at home against UNBSJ.
A big 11-point win for the Hurricanes at home this afternoon. St. Thomas back in action February 3rd. That is a Saturday afternoon affair with the University of King's College Blue Devils. Ian, final thoughts on this one?
Key on this one would have been just the outside shooting for St. Thomas. They lit up from there. That sort of opened up the inside for them a little bit. And turnovers from the Mounties. It's just you've got to have better ball control if you're going to actually want to be solidly in any game, especially in this league.
Absolutely. The Tommies continuing their great season. The Mounties looking to bounce back tomorrow afternoon against the Hurricanes. For our technical director and color analyst, Ian Allen, I've been Tyler Vincent. Thank you for joining us here on ACAA TV this afternoon. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.